Well, hello dog world. I'm guessing if you landed on this video, you're trying to decide, should I send my dog to training? Well, if it were me, I wouldn't want to send my dog to a complete stranger. So this video is all about me, who I am, what kind of training that I do, so you can get to know me a little bit better. Hang around, find out who is Morgan Star. Let's start off with a little history lesson. So one of my first jobs was actually working at a boarding facility, but after dealing with all of those rude, disobedient dogs, I quickly learned that was not the job for me. Fast forward a couple of years later, I really missed working with animals and I had this epiphany. What if I can make the bad dogs good? Brody, free. Good boy. So after a quick Google search, I found this place called Starmark Academy for professional dog trainers and behavior specialists, and I ended up attending. It was a 3-month-long intensive program where I learned the ins and outs of the dog training business, and it taught me everything that I know today. After graduation, which was all of 6 years ago now, I attended their internship program where I learned the most important thing of all, how to train the people. I would say that is definitely the hardest part of my job, training humans. And then after that, I went and worked for a bigger facility where I became their general manager and have been that head trainer there ever since. But I decided to take the leap of faith to start my own business, which is how you landed on Wild Dogs. You, good boy. So let's talk about what kind of training I do. I am what's known as a balance trainer, but before we dive into that, can we get out of this wind tunnel that they call a town? Hutto? Ugh. So balance training is teaching a dog yes and teaching them no. For example, we want to say no for jumping because Rhodey here could really do some damage to somebody, but then we teach yes for sitting. So it's about teaching the dog our expectations. These are the behaviors that I like. These are the behaviors that we don't like. Imagine if you went to a foreign country and you had no way to communicate except through head nods. So maybe you're trying to get directions, and when you go the right way, people will give you one of these, but then you're asking questions and they're just staring at you until you do the right thing, and then occasionally they'll give you. That communication is gonna take a lot longer versus if somebody can give you a yes, nod, or a no when you go the wrong direction, things might be a little bit clearer about which way to go. Yes, I go this direction, or no, I don't go that direction. And that's how I like to think of balance training. These guys don't speak English. We're using a lot of body language paired with verbal language to essentially teach them English. As far as training equipment goes, I use what works for the dog. I'll start with anything from a flat collar to a slip collar, all the way up to a prong collar or a e-collar. I want to do what works, and sometimes that takes some experimenting with the dog, learning their personality and what kind of training method works best for them. As far as training equipment goes, I will be making videos on what to use and how to use them, so make sure you're subscribed to keep up with those. I do have a couple of training assistants I'd like to introduce you to. This is my boy Kevin Biscuit. Although he looks like a lazy potato right now, he actually gets really feisty and serves as a really good distraction when I'm training the dogs. This is my other girl, my joy and pride, my most well-behaved dog on the planet, Scout. She really thank you. She really helps me train all of the dogs. She is really special and she has a great temperament in understanding how to correct them when they need correcting, but also help them warm up when they're a little nervous. So I'm really lucky to have her as my little training assistant. I hope this video helped you get to know me a little bit better and who you're trusting your beloved baby with. Thanks so much for sticking around and watching the whole thing. This is my very first video, so if you could please leave us a thumbs up, that really helps. And stick around and stay tuned for more. Have a great day. Bye.